birds have never gone to roost. The flower never fades. The birds of night have song to nod, nor does the black forbade. The sun has never set. The moon is outside the frame. All is lit within the land where darkness never came. There are no flickers of daring lights, no truth to their forbade. The blinding light forever shines on every leaf and blade. No tear is ever falling. Every eye is one and the same, staring towards the blinding real, where darkness never came. Fear has no projection, where silence holds the force, and pain is of but little use when enlightenment is the force. There is no need for panic. Our resolve will never wane. We'll just leave the wretched lights on if darkness ever came. And if one day night does come, can I lie here in your arms? Give us a chance to feel how I long to feel alone. If one day night does appear, do you think a tear might fall? If there isn't a cloud or fear, is there any hope at all? Every letter is stamped, and every shoe is tied, and the truth need not be told, for no one ever lied. Stay calm and resolute, and remember the refrain. We'll
Thank you very much. How are you, Washington, D.C.?
Thanks for coming.
My name's Nigel. I come from a long way away. This is a song about that moment when you're speaking to a loved one and you say the words you think you should say in the particular moment that you're both inhabiting. And as those words come out of your mouth and go floating through the air, you realise as those words enter the ear of the listener that at precisely that moment that they were exactly the wrong words to say. And everything goes pear-shaped. I can see it in your eyes. We were summoning a song, but I misread the signs, and it all went wrong. My resolve is fallen and shattered about the room. I said what I said a moment too soon. Words are but shapes that are chewed by the tooth, messengers of love and naked ugly truth. And what once is said can't be unheard. What once is bled may forever be spurned. The sun will rise like a pin to a balloon. I said what I said a moment too soon. A silhouette of shades darker than before have entered the space between mine and yours. The mind does bend like the magic man's spoon. I said what I said a moment too soon. The earth will turn to the dark side of the moon. I said what I said a moment too soon. A moment too soon. A moment too soon. Thank you. So this is my first 4 hours in Washington, D.C. And thank you. And I went down to Planter on Queen and had some truffle noodles that were pretty delicious. And then I came here. And you know what? You're here, so that makes it even better. I come from a place called Warrnambool, or a place called Woodford, actually, which is a little hamlet just outside of Warrnambool. And Warrnambool's on Pickwurrung country, on Eastern Maar Nation. And Gunditjmara people come from Eastern Maar Nation. And Pickwurrung peak means seaweed or kelp. And Wurrung means lip or dialect. So it kind of means ocean language. And because I live right beside the ocean, if you look out to sea, the next stop is Antarctica, basically. And it never gets this humid. People go, oh, gee, it's hot in Australia. It's like, actually, yeah, it does. Not where we live. I mean, it might get to 105 every so often, but it's a dry 105, and we don't get snow, so it's a bit different. But yeah, this song's called The Black Behind the Blue. It goes like this. In the languid arms of sleep, she finds me unperturbed by the blinding falseness, a resonant deafness of a cloudless night that burns. She takes my hand with silken grace, but I hesitate so austere. A dying chance, a forbidden romance driven by an unknown fear. And every chance I remember, I forget her somehow. An illicit chance at a black romance, and I'm amnesia bound. So easy I forget the vibrations that make me invisible to the darkened hues, an eternal dance that I find in the pulse of you. Lascivious wishes and tectonic fishes, I hold on for our life. Lost in a trance and a dreamtime dance, eternal in the night. When I shed this cast of earthly woes, I find myself in you. Even in wonder, we chase the space in the black behind the blue. Every chance I remember, I forget her somehow. An illicit chance at a black romance, and I'm amnesia bound. So easy I forget the vibrations that make me invisible to the darkened hues, an eternal dance that I find in the pulse of you. Welcome. Every chance I remember, I forget her Well, it's a chance at a black romance, and I'm so easy I forget the vibrations. Make me invisible to the darkened hues, an eternal dance that I find in the pulse of you. The darkened hues, an eternal dance that I find. Oh, the darkened hues, an eternal dance that I find in the pulse of you. Thank you. Hands up if you've been to a Kennedy Center gig like this before. Oh, good on you. How lucky are you, eh? And good on you, everybody else, for coming along to see this guy. I appreciate it. Sorry if you're getting blinded right now. This guitar's got lots of shiny bits. This is Edie Falco. It's her first tour. Yeah. So I'm just going to play a range of songs today. I've got a few albums with me. And there's two that look kind of the same. One's brown and one's white. The brown one is me playing acoustic guitar and banjo, completely solo. And the other one's white. It's got the same picture and the same songs on it, but it's fully electric with a horn section. So you can take your pick. But I will say also that the acoustic one doesn't exist anywhere other than right here, right now, because it's not released. You can't Google it, you can't stream it. So there you go. This is a song I wrote when I was halfway through reading the novel Anna Karenina. Hollow words said from mine to thee fall to the ground as though dead leaves, secrets made in the ruins of time. You got yours and I got mine. Forgeman's face, black from the toil, toss the cast he made to the blackened soil he couldn't make.
the expression lost, my lying face from a fickle cast. Secrets made in the ruins of time. You've got yours and I've got mine. Hollow words said in secret love. What was a crow I thought was a dove. What was a crow I thought was a dove. Woe betide my sinful heart, my demise came with a shuddering start. My fractured soul shines through deceitful eyes, and so did start the age of lies. Secrets made in the ruins of time. You've got yours and I've got mine. Hollow words said in secret love. What was a crow I thought was a dove. What was a crow I thought was a what was. Thanks very much. Now, I hope in the promotional materials they warned you about the banjo. And I've just been spending a bit of time in Kentucky, and many banjos up there, many great banjo players, that's for sure. So in 2019, went up north in Australia. I drove about 2 days north. It's about, I don't know, 2,000 kilometres. So what's that? About 12, 13, 1,400 miles. To play a festival in a place called Dorrigo, the Dorrigo Folk and Bluegrass Festival. It's a beautiful place up in northern New South Wales. And the whole whole drive up, we thought we might camp along the way, but these bushfires, or wildfires you might call them, started up, and there was smoke just everywhere. And when we drove back home, there was fire trucks driving north, dozens of fire trucks from where we lived, so, you know, thousands of kilometres away, driving north to go and fight these fires. I went over to Canada and New Orleans, actually, in January, and when I got back in February, they were still burning, so September through to February. An area about the size of England burned in one summer. And I know that stuff happens here too, out in California right now, up in the Rocky Mountains in Alberta. So this next song, when the COVID hit the thing, I sat on the porch and played a lot of banjo, and I came up with this instrumental tune. So I'd like to send this out to those folks in Alberta at the moment, in Jasper and those places. This is called After the Fires. Let's hope it is after the fires. So, if the sun were to explode, which it probably won't, but apparently it's more likely to implode or, I don't know, fizzle out and become a cold rock. But let us think about this for a minute. If the sun were to explode, it would take approximately 8 minutes and 29 seconds before we knew anything about it, because that's how long it would take sunlight to reach Earth at the speed of light. And fun fact, celeritas is the measure of the speed of light, which derives from the Greek, derives from the, there's a bit of a, there's a few ghosts on stage here, thanks Rob. It's just a high sort of 5K-ish sort of thing. So yeah, celeritas, Greek term for really, really quick. So let's just ponder that for a moment, eh? What will I say if the sun explodes? If the gas depletes and the core implodes? Would the birds warn that our time was through? 8 minutes alone, or 8 minutes with you? How could we know that our time was spent? Celeritas taken, but celeritas sent. Life was lived by the rays and tide. 8 minutes to live, 8 minutes to die. Been traveling along, been working so hard, I would lay down. I would lay down like you should lay with me now. Been traveling along, been working so hard, I would lay down. I would lay down like you should lay with me now. Would we learn our mistake, that the earth don't turn, as our wheel spins and our egos burn? If we knew on the day, would they charge a fee? The last sunset could never be free. Our earthly cares would simplify. 8 minutes to live, 8 minutes to die. Each moment turned is a future new. 8 minutes of future, 8 minutes with you. Each moment turned is a future new. I'd forgo the world for 8 minutes with you. Been traveling along, been working working so hard, I would lay down. I would lay down like you should lay with me now. Been traveling along, been working so hard, I would lay down. I would lay down like you should lay with me now. Thank you. How you all going out there? You all right? How you digging the vibe? Because I can get loud and obnoxious if you want, or I can keep singing your ballads and stories. All right. Can I play you a anti-war song of sorts? This is not the most obvious anti-war song, but let's just say 2020 was a weird year, right? Yeah, we can all agree, no matter what you think or believe or whatever. 2020 was a weird year. And it was weird in Australia, and for all the right and wrong reasons. And I did a lot of thinking, did a lot of reading. I wrote that first song I played in the set called Where Darkness Never Came, when we were all trying to figure out what the heck was going on. And I wrote this song the day I started antidepressants, which I might add are working. You can draw your own conclusions about this song, but this is a song about loving each other and perhaps even loving oneself. That ain't lightning, it's a photo shoot for the apocalypse, and Satan's wearing a suit. Defiled, devoid, and depraved of human conscience. At best it lay fallow, and at worst makes sense. But I've got time, though I've wasted years pretending to be fine despite the war. And I don't want this rage. I've been silenced by the thick darkness that covers my face. But the noise that I've made, nature can be violent. We give names to that we can't condone. but a crow is not cruel. It's just a crow. But I've got time, though I've wasted years pretending to be fine despite the war. And I don't want this rage anymore. The Philistines came to where that house once stood. That ain't a cross, it's just wood. People can change, and I'll do better than try. Those holes of light in the black curtain are glimpses of you and I. Lies have become currency, and hate is where it all began. And if I say I don't care, ask me why. I give a damn, but I've got time, though I've wasted years pretending to be fine despite the war. But I've got time, though I've wasted years pretending to be fine despite their flaw. And I don't want this rage anymore. Thank you. So I feel like this next song is kind of like the antidote to that song in some ways. Because I don't know, I feel like something I've found traveling around and doing this thing is like a couple of weeks ago I was up in Michigan, up in northern Michigan, a festival called BlissFest. Lots of deadheads, you know, Grateful Deadheads and tie-dye t-shirts and people camping out in the woods and lots of amazing vibes. And last week I was in Kentucky playing Master Musicians Festival with a completely different audience. People wearing truckers' caps and shirts and, you know, in both places people were equally as lovely. You know, friendly, kind, compassionate people. And I reckon there'd be some vastly different political opinions amongst those people. And this song is about when you meet a person, you know, and you meet them and chances are that person's going to be all right. You know, most of the time when you meet a person face to face, you can find something in common, you can talk to them. At the end of the day, we really all want the same things, deep down. And this is a song about that, and it's called People Are All Right.
took a chance of freedom. You risked and stood up tall. Was it wisdom, hope, or both that blinded you from the fall? Despite the evil footman that has you in his sight, everyone's a threat, but people are all right. The talking heads, they talk and talk and speak and talk and say, a mix of banal and bleak. You ingest the vacant words till you're sick with backlit light. Humans are a damn disgrace, but people are all right. Hey now, hey, don't cry too long. There's forces in your river that'll forge a new song. Hey now, hey, without dark there is no light. When you're searching the right places, people are all right. In the whirling throes of society, in its manic twirl, where they look over your shoulder and it makes your toes curl. But you find earnest solace in the endless spire of night. Some stars you see are dead, and somehow that seems right. But vanity means nothing in the endless sky so stark. Revelation is when you realize we're all black in the dark. We're specks of dust, mere atoms in the turning of our plight. When you're searching the right places, people are all right. Hey now, hey, don't cry too long. There's forces in your river that'll forge a new song. Hey now, hey, without dark there is no light. When you're in the right places, was a love true and tender that held you tight and long, a poignant turn of phrase in a haunting verse or song? Was it the twisting of the knife, a failure or a fright, a broken heart to remind you that people are all right? Thank you. So, something that really helped me, if you got your phone, is like you could go to my Instagram page and give me a follow and a like. Believe it or not, it makes me exist. I believe Back to the Future, the musical's on in this building at the moment. You remember that part of Back to the Future where his arm starts disappearing? That's what happens to musicians when you don't like their page. We start just disappearing. The music industry's like, you don't exist, man. So, yeah, give me a like and I'll start to reanimate. I've got time for, I don't know, maybe 1.5 songs. Let's see how we go here. This is a song for the young people. I'm a school teacher by trade, and thank you. I spent 12 years doing that stuff full time, and I've been teaching for 20 now. I've been doing relief teaching, substitute teaching as you might call it. And this song here is about a change that's coming. In talking to young people, they often look at me when I'm teaching English, where I teach issues and stuff like that, and I say to them, you know, you don't have a right to an opinion, you have a right to an informed opinion. But you need to inform it right. And they look at me and they go, what are you guys doing? And I say, yeah, fair enough. What are we doing? So there's a change coming. I'm not sure if it's here just yet, but it's coming. And I've got a feeling that the future generations are going to make some better decisions. That's what I'm hoping for. And this is called The Reckoning. Prophet wheezes at the microphone and flails his arms in vain as the acolytes wane and protest the show. The dissenter demands a reason for the betrayal, the doom, to hear the lies, the secrets, the sin. We can no longer pretend. Don't hold your idols too tight, or you might strangle the truth tonight. Live in a wonder of those who rise with conceit, who divide and shame the morose and mundane and choose the elites. But the child will demand a reckoning for the forge and the flame, the wreckage, destruction and blame. We can no longer pretend. Don't hold your idols too tight, or you might strangle the truth tonight. Liberty will die. Who are we to decide the fate? Who are we to decide the way liberty will die? Who are we to decide the fate? We can no longer pretend. Don't hold your idols too tight, or you might strangle the truth tonight. The truth tonight. The truth tonight. The truth. The truth. The truth. Tonight.
Cha-cha-cha. Thanks very much, folks. I've got to finish up there. Thanks so much for coming to listen. I'm going to go out in the foyer and say good day. Feel free. I'll come and give you an Aussie nickname if you like. See you next time. One sec. See you next time. Thank you kindly.